Hello, 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 you guys, and welcome to another story time brought to you by ABC Read and ABC Learn, in which we are here to help you develop and nurture that love of reading in every child as well as every adult. How are you all out there doing today, evening, real late at night, real early in the morning, the middle of the afternoon, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are around the planet? I hope that you all are doing absolutely magnificent. And I hope that you all have read or you're planning to read for at least 30 minutes, y'all. That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, before we get started, I just wanted to, number one, I wanted to address something really briefly. I've been getting a couple of questions, actually, ironically, within the past few days. I've talked to one person, it was via Instagram, and the other two people I talked to in person, all three mothers. And they pretty much were asking the same thing in terms of how to get their children into reading. Okay. And I was just like, wow, I said, that is just like amazing to me. I know for me, it's kind of like become second nature. When I think about trying to get kids into reading, the first thing that comes to my mind is starting with what they like and enjoy already. And really simply put, that's what it is. Like one parent, I told her, she said that her son was really smart, brilliant boy, but she said he hates reading. And I said, oh, really? And I said, okay. I said, well, what does he like to do? I'm pretty sure a lot of you probably already guessed it. Play video games, right? So I said, okay, he likes to play video games. Well, what kind of video games? And so she said, basketball. I said, well, there it is. I said, you start off with getting books about basketball. Just that simple. All right. And so I mentioned a couple of books. There's one book called Horse, and it's by Christopher Myers. Another book, the Little Shack series, Shaquille O'Neal. He has written books that focuses on basketball. All right. And I've actually have done some read alouds on my YouTube channel from a couple of his books. There are so many books out there that talk about basketball. So that's what you got to do. Meet the children where they are. All right. And also another parent, she was asking me, pretty much the same thing. She said, oh man, my child would benefit from what it is that you're doing because she knows that I'm a reading tutor and a reading motivator. And I said, well, why don't you start off with having your child listen to and watch the videos that I put on YouTube because she lives in another state. You know, beauty of technology, right? If you want your child to get into reading, have them listen to books on audio. Go to YouTube. All right. Google ABC Read, ABC Learn. That's why you guys are here right now, right? Spread the word. Tell the people that you know who are trying to get into reading. Tell them to come listen to our channel. This is what we do. And there are other channels as well. Like I have my kids, they've listened to Storyline Online. All right. So there are plenty of different resources that you can use to get your children into reading. All right. Period. Point blank. All right, y'all. So there it is right there. Now I'm ready to finish reading for you guys. Nikki and Deja by Karen English, illustrated by Laura Freeman. All right. So this book right here, oh my goodness, for those of you who have been listening to the different chapters being read, I know you all are like, what is going to happen next? Hopefully you guys have the book yourselves and you all can follow along. Right now we are on chapter 11. All right. And Nikki and Deja, they are just not feeling each other, right? They're best friends. And right now, they don't even want to speak to each other right now. And so the girl who just moved on this street, Antonia, she has gotten a gleam in her eye. She's like, oh, wow, wait a minute. The two besties, they're having a problem. Ooh, I think I can come in between that. All right. So let's see what Antonia's Red Soccer Club is all about. The next day, Nikki and Deja managed not to walk to school together again. When Nikki hears Deja's front door slam and her footsteps clomping down the porch steps, she counts to 50. Then she eases out of her own front door and starts for school. She can see Deja almost at the end of the block. When she sees Deja look back, Nikki walks extra slowly so she won't catch up with her. Nikki's glad she isn't in the drill team club. Who needs Deja? She tells herself as she walks a safe distance behind all the way to school. Mr. Rob is back. Nikki wonders how Miss Shelby got sick. She keeps a plastic bottle of hand sanitizer on her desk, and in the morning, while everyone's writing in their journals, she walks down each row and squirts a little in each person's palm. Miss Shelby must be really sick, Antonia says as she slips in line behind Nikki. That's not her place. It's Rosario's place. But Rosario simply gets in line behind Antonia. If she argues, Mr. Brown might notice talking in their line, and Room 10's chances of winning the pizza party will be ruined. Suddenly, a pushing match breaks out in Mr. Beaumont's line. The kids in Miss Shelby's class keep their heads facing straight ahead, but they try to roll their eyes as far to the left in Mr. Beaumont's line as possible. The sound of an escalating argument between two students in Mr. Beaumont's line is a wonderful thing. Mr. Brown makes a note on his clipboard, and Mr. Beaumont steps in to break it up. Everyone knows that little spat has put Room 10 in first place. Now, if Antonia can just keep her mouth shut and follow line rules for 2 more days, Room 10 might win the pizza party. On the way into the classroom, Antonia slips a sucker into Nikki's hand. It is a bright red and cube shaped. Nikki puts it in her pocket. Later, when they are at their cubbies in the back of the room, Nikki asks Antonia, "Why did you give me that sucker?" "'Cause you're in the Red Sucker Club. I'm president, and you could be vice president." Antonia puts away her backpack and lunchbox. Each day at recess, we decide who gets a sucker. We'll choose just 4 girls out of the whole school. 2 for you and 2 for me. My grandmother lets me have anything I want, and she bought me a whole bag of red suckers. Next week, I'll have her buy me green suckers. Then we'll have the Green Sucker Club. And the week after that, the Purple Sucker Club. Nikki sees Deja look back over her shoulder at the cubbies, then up at the board where Mr. Rob is writing that day's topic for their journals. In big letters, he writes, "What I like to do after school." Nikki goes to her desk and opens her journal. The Red Sucker Club turns out to be fun. At recess, Nikki walks over to one of the girls from Mr. Beaumont's class, and as Antonia instructed her, says, "I now admit you into the exclusive Red Sucker Club." Everyone around them stops playing and watches with their mouths hanging open. Nikki taps the girl on the forehead with the sucker and then holds it out to her. "You are a member for today." The girl reaches slowly for the sucker and says, "Thanks." The same thing happens when she interrupts Felicity just as she's getting ready to stop the teeterball. Everyone stops and looks at Nikki, even Deja and her entire drill club. Suddenly, Nikki likes being the one in charge. It's fun, she decides. By lunch recess, the entire 3rd grade is talking about the Red Sucker Club. Everyone is latching on to the mystery of it. The fact that members change every day and no one can know who will be in it. It is completely up to the whims of President Antonia and Vice President Nikki. "Your dumb Red Sucker Club is stupid," Deja yells up at Nikki's window after school. Nikki looks out. Deja's face is pinched and mean. "Who thought of it? You or stupid Antonia?" "You're just mad because you're not in it," Nikki yells back. "So, who wants to be in that club anyway?" "Everybody." "Well, the drill team club, the one you're not in, can buy their own suckers." "Buy them in," Nikki yells and slams her window shut. Nikki laughs. Deja is probably in shock. She probably can't believe that Nikki just slammed the window on her. that Nikki cut off the argument just when she was getting started. Nikki imagines Deja stomping into the kitchen to make herself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Deja likes to eat when she's mad. She imagines her standing at the sink with steam coming out of her ears. Nikki laughs again.
Who's Nikki?
Whoa.
Which one is Nikki?
Whoa. Nikki is the one who was standing in the window.
So she's laughing.
Yep, she was the one who's laughing at Deja because she's imagining Deja doing all of these different things. And why do you think that Nikki's imagining Deja doing all these different things?
That's what she does.
And how does she know that's what she does?
Because she saw her do it before, or she told her or something.
And because they are...
Friends.
They're what?
Friends.
Oh, I thought you said Brens. I was like, what's that? Was that best and friends mixed together?
I was like, they're friends.
Yeah, they are friends. They are besties, right? Yeah,
Friends.
they're friends, quote unquote, friends. Well, you guys, we are done. That's what I did. That's what I was asking you. So let me see. What else? Let me ask you this. Do you think that Nikki and Antonio, do you think that Nikki should be a part of this red sucker club that Antonia started? What is your thoughts on that, Sauda, about this red sucker club?
I think she should be.
Why?
Because she could be away from Asia since they're mad at each other. I don't know. Why are they mad at each other? I just forgot.
Well, they're mad at each other. It was a few things. Number one, remember, Deja got mad at Nikki because she thought, because of the bear. And then, remember now, Nikki already was doubting herself about being in the drill team club because she felt like she didn't have any rhythm. And so when Deja kind of, she could peep that, or she could tell, like, okay, wait a minute, Nikki, she's not really able to get the steps and all of that type of stuff. So remember, Deja recommended that Nikki be like the secretary, right, of the club, of the drill team club. She was saying, hey, you can take attendance, And so she was basically trying to get Nikki to do something to be a part of the club. But Nikki was kind of taking it like, well, oh my goodness, man, I can't really step in the club. And so, and then the whole bear incident happened. That happened after the whole thing with Nikki trying to figure out if she would be able to be in the club, should be in the club or not. And so basically from the whole bear being lost, that was like the height of where Nikki and Deja really started to be mad at each other. And so now...
it's just a bear, they could buy another one.
Oh, yeah, but Deja was thinking that Nikki did that on purpose. And a big part of what's going on between Nikki and Deja, well, because of the whole drill team club.
Would it be drilling them with a tool?
No. Good question, Sal. A real good question. She was thinking about the tool. No, drill team is something, it's kind of like a step, all right? It's more than just, somebody just doing like some low, maybe, regular dancing. It's like everybody is like in sync, in line, doing the dancing together. I mean, it's kind of like some marching steps a part of it as well. So it looks real cool to see. Yeah, that's something I can Google that and show you.
Is it like this? Is it like...
Yeah, I can show you. But let's end this video though. Now, so that actually what I could do is I can even put in the comment section, I can even put a video clip so you guys can click on to see what actually a drill team looks like. Because actually your auntie Bip, she was in like a drill team, a step team at her high school back in the day. In high school. I mean, she was in high school then. So now she's in her 30s now. Yeah. But it's really, really, really cool to look at though. But we're done, and I am going to end this read aloud. And I just, again, want to just remind you guys to remember to keep reading for at least 30 minutes a day. And remember,
hit that like button.
That's right. Like, subscribe, and
share. And make sure you click that little notification bell.
That's right. Say that in the camera. They can't see you say that.
Okay. So Click that notification bell and then you'll be what's the word?
You'll be notified. That
You'll be
means
notified.
you will be aware. It will tell you when I upload a new
Yeah,
video.
'cause, like what's his name?
All right.
Like,
Oh, girl, stop it.
like I'm gonna say his name out loud. In 3, 2, 1.
You giving him a plug in on my video?
Yeah.
He better watch it too.
Corey X Kenshin.
All right, y'all. We're out of here.
Make sure you
Stop.
guys watch
Stop.
Corey.
Stop it. All right, y'all. We're out of here.
He's funny too.
Yeah, he is kind of funny, actually. I watched him a couple of times.
You have?
I watched him with y'all. All right, y'all. We done. Like, subscribe, share.
Hit that notification bell. You'll be notified.
Yep. Peace.
Peace.
Bad girl.